Welcome to this DaVinci Resolve Fusion node breakdown. Today's node is the film damage node. And this is another DaVinci Resolve effects available within Fusion. So let's jump into Fusion, and we've got some media, and let's go ahead and add some film damage. So shift space, film damage, and we're going to add it to our little node. So let me go ahead and minimize all these so you guys can see everything. So the film damage node basically emulates film damage, and pretty simple. So up top we've got blur, so we can blur our film. We can shift our temperature to whatever temperature we want, and we can shift the tint. So we can add a little bit of tint to it if we'd like. Under vignetting, we can change the focal factor, which is basically how far it extends into the image. And I'll leave it up so we can see these changes that are happening for right now. We have the geometry factor, which affects how dark it's going to be and how pronounced it is. We have the tilt amount, which is going to affect how balanced it is from top to bottom. And then we have the tilt angle, so we can rotate that tilt angle. So let's get something we like. Under add dirt, we can change our dirt color if we want. We can change it independently on the red, the green, and the blue. And this changing dirt right here, what this does is it's telling you whether it's on the film or whether it's on the lens. So if I uncheck this and let's change our density, and we play it, you can see it's just on the lens itself. So this density just tells you how dense the dirt is going to be. We can change our dirt size. We can change the dirt blur. We can change the seed of that dirt. And then if we check this changing dirt, that means it's going to be on the film and it's going to be moving. So let's go ahead and get something a little better. There we go. Now under add scratches, we have 5 scratches we can add, and under each scratch we can enable it or disable it. We can change the scratch color. We can change the color independently on the red, the green, and the blue. We can change our scratch position. We can change the width of our scratch, the strength, or how transparent that scratch is. And we can change the blur of our scratch. And if we have our scratch moving, meaning it's moving, we can change our different settings for that moving scratch. If you don't want it moving, you can just uncheck that and it'll be still. But if it's moving, we can change our amplitude, basically how much that is bouncing back and forth. We can change the moving speed, how fast it is bouncing back and forth. We can change our moving randomness, meaning how far off of our amplitude it's going to be randomly moving. And we can change the flicker, how fast or slow that line is flickering. And if we want to add another one, we can go to scratch 2, select enable, so we got a second one. We can change our position up. We can change the width, the strength, and the blur. We can go ahead and make this moving as well. Let's bump our randomness down. And let's change our flicker speed there. So now we have a film damage look. Now, one thing you may want to do is once you get your look solid, you may want to use this multiple times, that specific look. So instead of having to copy all these settings or remember writing them down, all you have to do is go up top here. If you right click on the name of the node, and this is pretty much with every node. If you go to settings, you can hit save as, and you can save your setting. So if I hit save, I'll save that setting. So if I load another node and add this film damage, I can just right click, go to settings and select load and select which film damage I want or what effect for whatever node you're on. And then one other thing to know with this node or these types of nodes and a lot of other nodes, if we go to our settings, we can also change our blend. So if we don't want that so prevalent, we can bring it down or we can shut it off. We can animate it to have it fade in. So that is the film damage node. I will see you in the next node breakdown.